Greetings everyone and welcome back to Marble Hearth and of course to Rimworld. Now, let's start off this episode as we often do by addressing some of the comments, the vast majority of which were about the kitty. And yes, I guess we've adopted ourselves a cougar. We do have a ridiculous amount of kibble, so it shouldn't be too hard to keep them going, though they might put a little bit of extra strain on our meat stores. But we do have at least one other comment. There actually are a couple that we will address throughout the video. But Backup Yule pointed out that my corpse storage in the central lake will likely result in corpse juggling if they both have the same priority. And that is a very, very good point. So I'm going to drop this one. Well, actually, let's make this one down to low. Now, the problem is a lot of people are going to be super unhappy if they even see this. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe, in actual fact, I should move some things all the way over to here. Actually, get them out of the way, get them to a place where the colonists are just generally not allowed to go. That will probably help out with a couple of things. But there are a few other things that I need to deal with as well. In fact, we're going to drop a pause here because one of the big ones is Manu. Manu joined us right towards the end of the last episode, and in my haste to set them up, I assumed that, yes, they have no eyes, but also there's something a little bit more special about this eyeless individual. But I went ahead and I set them up with hunting as a primary job because it's the only one they've got a double passion for. How are they going to shoot things? They can't see. They've got 0% accuracy as a consequence. Having eyes is very important to being able to aim, it seems. Now, if we were perhaps more of a sightless way kind of colony and actually had blind sense, I think that affects things a little bit. And I was confusing this colonist with that kind of setup. But no, having them working on hunting, they should be doing no hunting whatsoever. Sad to say. But what we could do instead is give them a primary job of helping out with our animals. And you know what, I'm gonna give everyone a little bit of crafting just for the basic work, just so that we get that all taken care of. So there we go, no more hunting for you. But that also means that we don't want you with a loadout for any kind of weapon. So I'm actually going to give you a nothing loadout for now, or I could perhaps set you up with a little bit of a loadout for melee weapons. Do we have many melee weapons available to us right now? We do, in fact. We've got a plasteel knife. If nothing else, it might be nice to have some better weapons, though. Maybe a plasteel sword. Could I make a plasteel sword? Let's have a quick look through here. So smithing. We've got knives. Can I make a gladius? It would need 50 of any material. We definitely do have plasteel for that. You know what? Just this once. Yeah, just make one. And I want our best crafter, who I believe currently is Periapsis. If we have a look at Periapsis, it's got a 13, an 8, a 12. I mean, to be fair, Aquatami would be pretty solid at the job as well, only very slightly less capable. But since I'm going to make this a special order, I will have only Periapsis doing this one. Where are you, Periapsis? There we go. Please go ahead and make us a plasteel gladius. And I'm going to quickly set up a little specific loadout for Manu. Give me just a moment. Okay, there we go. We have got the Berserker. Currently, Gladius is the only weapon I'm going to allow him to have, but eventually we'll probably have Zeus hammers and the like. So having a specific melee loadout will be very, very useful. I should probably make having a shield pack a part of that loadout, but for now that should be good enough. I've also gone ahead and I have updated the no armor loadout for, well, sorry, apparel policy to include helmets. They might not be able to carry the bulk, or rather the mass of body armor that everyone else can, but they should at least protect their noggin. It is the most important of their organs, so let's try and avoid having that one suddenly exposed to the elements, explosively perhaps, or maybe you know, a more precision kind of scalpel or cleaver method of exposure. Either way, the brain shouldn't be able to see the outside. As a general rule that it would that would be bad. So let's try and protect it, shall we? All right. Now, as for our new member of the colony. Well, I mean, they're not going to be a pen animal. They are, in fact, going to be helping us out around the colony. So let's go ahead and start training. We'll start with guarding, and then we'll move on to hauling. Eventually, we will get attack as well. For the time being, though, I would very much like them to be only allowed in the home areas as a general rule. I think that would probably be wise. There we go. If we have a look at the schedule, in terms of people who are going to be able to take care of this, we do have a couple of people who've got a primary job of handling. Manu is now joining that along with Dewdrop. But ooh, we've got another raid. Okay then, let's have a quick look at you. They've dropped in right on top of... Really? Ah, my lord. So many people are outside. Okay, well, that's going to cause me some problems. But we have got... I will just finish what we were going to be looking at there. Does Dewdrop... Would you be better served taking on any other job right now? Perhaps giving you a primary job of mining now that I've given Manu a primary job of handling. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, thinking about it. So sure, we'll get you set up with that. All right. Well then, this is not the best position for us to be in. Certainly not. Let's make sure that everyone is getting back to the colony. Do we have little eclipses outside? But other than little eclipses, have we got any colonists outside? Doesn't look like it. Well, that is a very small mercy. Very small mercy indeed. Let's go ahead and get everyone drafted. We're going to need to... let's just rally out by the wind turbines and we'll see where we want to go from there. I suspect they're going to land over here though. Let's find out. Oh, good lord. No, they're landing right on top of everyone. Well. Nelson, you keep running. Right, okay. Periapsis. Summon the mechs. Active escort duty. All mechs. Active escort duty. Dewdrop. Leave that door open, please. Take up position. Nelson, I'm actually going to have you body blocking. Let's get you in there. Little Eclipse. Vanya Lostman, let's get you up here as well. Now, we have got a lot of shotguns, which is going to be a small mercy. Let's get Little Eclipse up here as quickly as we can. Periapsis, you can go here. Rizel. Manu wanting to hang back. Aquatami, I would love it if you could make it across there. I very much doubt you're going to be able to, though. Will this offer any kind of cover? Let's have a look at the cover. In terms of its cover height, yeah, barely any real cover is offered here. On the plus side, neither is the enemy going to get any. Could be a little bit worse. Right, yeah, Aquatami, if you can get all the way across. Periapsis would be in a good position here to help out, but I don't think we're going to have them doing that for the time being. All right, the bots are on their way. Nelson, you get inside. Thank you very much. All the bots are there. Let's get Group 1, all of Group 1, draft. I want you pretty much everywhere inside here. All of Group 2, draft. Once again, want you... well, actually for you, maybe... not so. Let's actually position you down here. Let's hold this open though. Right, get into position. Right, there we are. What are they equipped with? They've got grenades, which is not great. Certainly less than ideal. Right, we've got... I can see a couple of decent guns in here. Try and get in there if you can. Bubbles, help out. Right. What we... can I... call an animal to fight your enemies for a few turns. No, it would only affect other animals, really. You're already taking aim. I'm not going to get involved with that. This is a very unfortunate situation, to be certain. I would love it if you just start unloading in here, though it would be great if you switched to buckshot. If we could make that happen, would be ideal. Alright, let's get more of the mechs involved. They will be a glorious distraction. Okay, a couple already down. I can see Molotovs there. Not what I want to see. Let's get that combat shotgun attacking, please. You're on cooldown. Need that grenade wielder unalived with an excessive amount of force. Friendly fire would be ideally avoided wherever possible, but I'm not going to worry. Oh my god, that shotgun though. It is glorious. The speed of firing is out of this world good. Eelstar is all on their way down. This is why we want people to have more and more and more armor, especially helmets, wherever possible. Keep it up. We need another shot that's coming down now. Well done. Very... Oh, good lord. This thing. The USAS 12. It's almost too powerful, frankly. What terrible sins have we committed to deserve to wield such power? Vanya, you're good. Nelson is all kinds of messed up, I'm not going to lie. Nelson is not having a good day. Right, I want you down here. Where is Bubbles is actually holding this line particularly. Right, Nelson is down. We might be able to save you. The irony, being forced to fight your own kin. I feel bad, but at the same time, I feel less bad considering what's actually... Luggy, do you dislike Glees? No, you don't. And I must ask, why are you throwing your grenade directly on top of them? I feel that this is perhaps a bit of a scallywag move, frankly. But all right. I mean, I'm okay with it, I suppose. I feel very confused, but conflicted even. Oh, bad. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. What are you doing right now? I think you might be considering it. Please take them down. This is such a cluster right now. The rest of the house bots are on their way over though, so it could be a hell of a lot worse. Okay, you are fleeing. You dislike everything that's going on right now. I understand sincerely. There's a high level of appreciation for your particular predicament right this very second. Okay, going for Rysel. Dislike that a lot. Periapsis, can you get a shot in? Because I do not want Rysel on the receiving end of what's about to come their way. Rysel, draw back. Draw back right now. Flee. Okay, that's good. Bubbles, get in there. That's right, Bubbles. You go for them. The Militors are taking on our attackers. Right. What we don't want is for any fires to start, by the way, in this room that is now full of ammunition and grenades. Would be a less than ideal scenario. What are you actually wielding? You're wielding concussion grenades. Okay, a cylindrical concussion grenade designed to produce casualties during close combat while minimizing danger to friendly personnel exposed in the open owing to minimal fragmentation. Rysel, let's have a quick look at you. You have got a bruise on the left arm. What gear are you wearing right now? What protected that arm? Probably the Blamethrower leather jump. No, it was the Parker, I think. I think the Parker took the brunt of the stab there. Well done. Very well done, actually. Extremely pleased. But... Mechanoid in need of repair. Yeah, tell me something I don't already know. I can't even see my mechs in there right now. Okay, we've got the swarm moving up. Great. Great. Do we want our shotgunners involved in this fight? Yes, I do. Get in there. You'll be hopefully be able to shoot over people's shoulders. Big Al has gone down. Big Al. Bless you. You did your best. And that is absolutely good enough. Eelstar, could you move in and use that amazing weapon of yours? Oh, good lord. Dewdrop just went down. What have you got? What did they open up on Dewdrop with? Right ear shot off. Gunshot in the right shoulder. Right clavicle quite badly wounded. But okay. Alright. They're going to try and flee. We're not going to let them, basically. No, this is time over. Periapsis, really? Right now? My lord, it's just not appropriate. Periapsis pursued Rysel by describing her as a heavenly Misa. Rysel responded well and is now Periapsis. A couple of not very long ago at all, you guys really didn't like each other. Like, really didn't like each other. What happened? You were recruited by them, you had a deep talk, you were slighted a little bit, you've had some chit-chat. And now obviously you've got a massive boost because you are lovers at this point. But what on earth happened to change just deep talks? I guess they talked out their differences. They came to an understanding that the things that they thought separated them, actually, when you just looked at them from a different perspective, they brought them closer together. In fact, they were on the same page all along. They were just reading from different sentences, but now they've aligned everything. This is glorious. But maybe not in the middle of the firefight where some of your friends are bleeding out. I do love the story that's developing. It's gloriously dramatic, but not now. We've got Chonk and Dennis to deal with, and Bua, all of whom need to immediately be reduced to I'm just going to say that we've got a cougar, and the cougar's going to be hungry. That's all I'm going to. We don't need to go into any more details than that. That being said, now before I pause, I know I've had it paused for a little while. We don't need to be at war with these people. These people have good weapons. I would much rather the most likely people to attack us to be people who are more likely to be attacking us in fur tribal bodywear and with clubs and bows, rather than people showing up with grenades and drop podding right on top of us. Now, we're never going to be completely safe from that because we've got the pirates down here, the Itakin, the Savage Impids, and the Wasters. They're all capable and they will never ally, but we could potentially make the Mopu at least less angry with us. Now, currently it's as bad as it could possibly be. A natural enemy means that we are naturally going to gravitate towards this. So it's going to require a decent amount of effort to try and pull this up. But releasing a bunch of prisoners, taking care of a bunch of their people, definitely something we could do. How about we just patch them up and send them on their way? Maybe with a few less limbs than they started with. Maybe with a couple of wooden appendages. Not quite bionic. It's more of a downgrade than an upgrade. I'm just saying that naughty boys and girls get reverse Pinocchio'd. And really, that doesn't stop once you cross the adult threshold, okay? You can still be a naughty boy or girl as an adult. You know what? I just realized what I said. Let's walk that back a little bit. You can still be a criminal as an adult, deserving of the reverse Pinocchio re-education program. Oh, good. Naughty boys and girls. Right, okay. Periapsis and Rysel, they're canoodling in the middle of the fight. It's starting to rub off on me, apparently. Okay. Right, let's get this fight dealt with. We very, very badly need to start sorting people out. There are a lot of dead, and there's going to be an awful lot of shenanigans going on. I wasn't expecting to need to deal with this right now, but I am going to go ahead and create a big old stockpile zone out here for corpses. So this one should have inherited. No, it hasn't. Right. Let me just copy these settings across. There we go. Paste settings. I would like to now make a similar zone to this one. Again, just for getting rid of skeletons. Ideally, we shouldn't have any of those. But we don't always have the ability to clean up a battlefield before things start to rot. And by things, I of course mean people. I shouldn't say it like that. Let's copy settings. Let's copy that across as well. And now I'm simply going to remove this area. And I'm also going to be changing a couple of little things to make sure that hopefully, I need to shrink zones. There we go. Hopefully, our peeps don't go up there. In fact, I don't even need to restrict this area. By and large, people shouldn't be going up here. I could make it so only mechs can. And the reason why I'm doing that now is there's a lot of dead here. There is an awful lot of dead here. But we need... I'm going to make this room a colonist hospital. Periapsis, I need you to wade in and rescue Dewdrop. Go, go, go. The others can deal with the remaining... Please stop shooting like that. My God. Right. That weapon is more dangerous than it's helpful right now. Let's move you up so we're generally all shooting down in this direction. Eli, move across so you're out of the immediate fire zone. Mechs, engage. All mechs engage. They're down. All mechs. In fact, I don't even think we need to use the bullets anymore. Okay, I'm going to undraft everyone. Mechs, house bots, this is your time. This is your moment. I really need my colonists to stop running away from a fight. Don't attack. But also, it's a risky one to do here, actually. Instead, I'm going to give people jobs. So, Periapsis. Want you to rescue Dewdrop. Eelstar. Want you to capture Luggy. Little Eclipse. Have we got anyone else? Capture John. Vanya. Rescue Nelson. Yeah, return to slave bed. Rizel. Grab Prickle. Aquatami. You can grab Chonk. Manu. You can grab Curly. Curly, really. Okay, let's see what we can do. The house boss will remain in here to deal with everyone as necessary. Okay, they are up. House bots. Get them down. Go, go, go. Thank you. Little clips. Capture them, please. Right, Periapsis is already taking care of Giro. My lord, that was a bit of a mess. Right, get them in there. Thank you, Vanya. Anyone else around? Capture Luggy. Go, go, go. Eelstar. Capture Dennis. Let's just do whatever we can. Right, well done. Akutami's already tending to them. I do not want these... Okay, the prisoners have got just basic medicine. We're going to burn through all of our medicine, though. So I'm going to select, ideally, as the prisoners are brought in, we simply don't have the medicine to try and take care of all of you. So that's not going to happen. I will do what I can to keep you alive. But we are not going to go out of our way in this particular instance to give you the best care. We just need to get you out of here if we can. Periapsis? Oh, Nelson is dead. That is unfortunate. Periapsis wasn't able to take care of you. What happened there? Yeah, it was the gunshots. You got shot a lot. Let's have a look. Curly. Were any of them ours? No? Okay. That's... Well, the beanbag was probably ours. Oh, no, sorry, yeah, Buag. Not beanbag. What about Dewdrop? Where did Dewdrop's gunshots come from? Buag. Yeah, Buag actually went full bore there. Okay, Periapsis, what are you working on presently? You're still tending to do... Okay, there's a lot of medicine on the floor. Okay, okay, we've lost Curly. All right. Manu, what I would like from you is for you to go and grab Bogo, if you can. Eelstar, maybe you doing anything right now other than... Yeah, let's just have you out of there. You're not going to be able to help. You are moving at a snail's pace, and it is terrible, but it is what it is. Let's make sure that you're set up for doctoring. I've got a lot of micromanaging stuff ahead of me right now, so I'm going to crack on with that and start cleaning things up, and I will bring you back with a report of who makes it and who doesn't, and if anyone manages to get up and grab a gun, I will obviously bring you back for the climactic end to their existence. But for the time being, I've got so much mess to clean up. That came through my roof. Just rude. Okay, the worst of the cleanup is done. We've still got Big Al's remains to reactivate, but little by little we're getting things cleaned up. Currently, we have 3 prisoners. 2 of them have got infections, one in the torso, which is a problem, the other in the left arm, and that can easily be solved. We are down one unwilling carry helper, but we are slowly getting all of the corpses out of sight. Now, our colonists are helping out with a bunch of that work, and that does mean they're going to be seeing the corpses, but I'm not too worried about that one. They were going to see the corpses anyway. There really wasn't a way around that one. So if we can just get this work done quickly, then that would be ideal. As soon as I am able to, I want to get these prisoners out of the colony and sent back on their way. Now, sending them out healthy would be the generally better way of doing it, but that might be a little bit of a tricky proposition. I don't believe I'm going to be in a position to get them out of here before the infection gets to them. That being said, do pigskins gain any kind of immunity boost? A strong immunity, they may actually be okay. That would be very nice if that were the case. That would be very, very nice. I may allow the prisoners who have got an infection to have some herbal medicine, but we'll do what we can to try and improve this situation. I may remove that arm though. In fact, let's go ahead and do that under the under the guise of I'm just trying to cure the infection. That's all. Amputate. Have you got right arm shot off? Left. Have you got a right? Good. Okay, that's fine. Amputate the left arm. You will have no more arms. Not exactly the best. How about I give you a... well, I can only give you a wooden hand. I couldn't really give you a whole wooden arm. So I guess it is just going to be amputate the left arm. Let's get rid of that infection for you. How about you? Are there any particular things that we could do? We could amputate your toe. No, we're not going to take off your toe. That's just silly. It would be less worth it to get you to use up the medicine on that. Left leg, right foot. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can amputate parts that have scars, it seems. So I guess we're going to give you a whole left leg. Medicine restriction, doctor care, but no medicine prevents doing this operation. Consider changing. I will change it. And we'll also give you a right foot. Install a right foot. There we go. Anything else we really need to do here? I don't think so. I mean, I could potentially replace your right foot. And install a left leg is definitely an option because of the painful bite scar. Okay, well, we'll do as much as we can conceivably do under the guise of trying to help. But obviously, really what we're doing here is we're trying to send back wounded prisoners to the attacking faction with the view that they may then, one day, attack us again, but they'll be significantly less capable as combatants at that point. It's kind of guerrilla tactics. We're simply wounding a member of the opposing army, knowing that having a wounded and less combat capable member in any kind of attacking squad is going to bring the entire squad's combat effectiveness down. We are going to have to be that focused on trying to reduce their damage. But at the same time, we're still trying to appeal to them and improve the situation. And maybe we will be able to do that just by little bits, which is why we're trying to only do things that are passable as an attempt to help. We want to remove, or we can't. I'm going to have to just amputate the left shoulder there. Amputate left shoulder. There we go. Let's remove that. And I guess at this point I could install, considering if we have a look at amputate, got the right second toe, I could install a right foot. There we are. Okay, let's do as much medical work as we can. This also does give us the advantage of improving the situation with our medic skill. Periapsis got significantly better at this. I mean, if they're going to attack us, then Periapsis is going to take the opportunity to brush up on their medicine skill. This is a rare opportunity to practice medicine on live subjects, which is far more educational than doing it on cadavers. Right, with that said though, speaking of cadavers, we've still got a lot of cleaning up to do, so we're going to get back to that. But as far as things go, we are looking somewhat okay. Dewdrop, not the happiest in this particular room, but hopefully we will get you back up and on your feet before too long, Dewdrop. Don't you worry. Well, that was certainly not what I wanted to see. Aquatarming has failed catastrophically while operating on Pong. Remove part. Okay, and yeah, okay, death is a pretty catastrophic failure, to be fair. Scratch on the torso, crack. It seems, yeah, okay, well, they didn't make it. Very sad indeed. You know what, though, maybe, I'm going to say perhaps we should suspend these operations until they have more blood. It didn't really occur to me, but they've got blood loss extreme. That probably means they can't really survive much of an era at all, though honestly a catastrophic failure could well have killed them at full health. To be perfectly honest, it's just the way the catastrophic failures go when it comes to operations, so we'll try and err on the side of not killing our guests if we can. Also, we buried Nelson. I felt that whilst they may not have truly been a part of our colony, may not have even had any intention of making them a part of our colony, they did fight for the colony, and thus they have earned some respect. At least we're not going to dump them in the water. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they would prefer a burial at sea, but at the very least, we can put them in a proper grave. Have a headstone to mark their passing. Eelstar is having a food binge. They are tired. Fair enough. Honestly, the psychic suppression is a real pain for that reason alone. Is that Eelstar takes so much time to pretty much get anywhere in the colony, which is particularly rough. Trade ship passing by there, known as Daniel Securities. They're a combat supply. Now we are in fact talking. Where is Rizel? Let's go and have a quick chat with the combat supplier here. See what they would like to trade. If anything, it looks like there are some decent options. Okay, give me a few moments. Okay, I am ridding us of a good number of melee weapons, which we have very little use for, and some of the less useful range weapons. For the most part, though, we're keeping what we have. I might get rid of some there. No, I think we're going to keep the Winchesters for now. Now, the thing with weapons is that, as you can see, we can get almost nothing for them for trading, but for the sake of the wealth calculation for raids, they are full price. And so it is, if you're not using it, it is probably better to not have it overall. So with that said, you know what? Maybe, yeah, we don't need 4 normal Winchesters. Let's get rid of those as well. That'll bring me in a little tiny bit more money. We are picking up a steel mini turret. I would love to pick up one of the machine guns, but that is just not going to be happening, not today at the very least. And I guess the rest of the money could be spent on meds. There we go. Not too terribly bad. We're also picking up all of the components that they have. Now, there is every possibility that we are going to see all of these materials carted over and also be available for sale, which would be something I would be very, very happy with indeed. Now, as for the turret, the beautiful thing about a turret is that we could hook it up to a switch in here and just have a permanent turret in this bunker. That might be fantastic. Or likewise set something up around here. You'll notice that I've also started concreting the floor in here. There were trees growing in here in front of the actual fortifications, which would have been a bit of a problem, but maybe we could even do something like that and pop a turret down here. Now, the problem with the turret in here is it's not really going to do much unless I install a battery. That being said, it wouldn't be the first time that I've made batteries hooked up to the power grid specifically just to let them charge with power so I can then move them around. But for now, I think we are actually going to install this just down here. But the first thing I will do is I would very much like a power switch right there so it will control the turret in this location. And perhaps at that point I could just go ahead and, well, you know what, it has been occurring to me that maybe having these lights in here is not going to be the best thing. Whilst it will mean that our people are in darkness when they're in here, they won't be as easy to see. I would much prefer to illuminate my enemies than illuminate my colonists. So with that in mind, I'm going to probably remove these, put walls in these locations and doors, and then probably get another turret in there as well. And that way the turrets can fire out in these at these angles. Maybe replace that with an embrasure as well. I'm not entirely certain about that one, but we can always see what we can do. Maybe in fact have the turrets maybe proud of this wall a little bit, so they've got much wider fields of fire in that. In fact, I quite like that idea. So let's go ahead and do something like this so that our turrets have a specific little bunker that they can operate in. We'll replace this with a door on each side, probably replace that with a wall. We'll see. But that will allow some of our colonists to fire out whilst also having the turrets in a relatively safe location. And I'll probably do the same on that side with another switch. Okay, well, we've got a fair bit of work still to do. The cleaning up honestly takes an enormous amount of time. Oh, well done, Rizel there. You managed to train 1/3 of the guards on our cougar, who, my lord, I haven't given our cougar a name. Well, since you are going to be, you're not a livestock animal, you are a pet and perhaps eventually a warrior of this colony, we need to find out your true name. Please, everyone, give a warm welcome to Isham, who has joined the colony proper. There we are. Isham the Cougar. Long may you live and serve the colony. Uh-oh, Vanya, what's wrong? On an ambrosia binge. Not the best thing in the universe. How much ambrosia do we have? 40. That's a little bit too much. Who's the closest person? Dewdrop, could you please go and grab all of the ambrosia? Just tuck that in your pocket for now. That should stop Vanya from doing anything rash. There we go. Right, we're going to continue moving things around as we can. Going to continue mining where we can, bringing in chunks, turning those into bricks, which we can then turn into more walls, and little bit by little bit, getting this place in order. A pack of man-hunting lynx have entered the area, driven insane by the disease known as Scaria. That is unfortunate. They are not the only animals that have recently made their way towards the colony, though. We also have some pigs, a male and a female, that I am absolutely okay with taking in. Now, these lynx are definitely going to be an issue. Do I have a person anywhere nearby? Manu, you may be able to save the colony a whole lot of trouble. I need this door to be closed. So you need to move fast. They're going to make a beeline because we have not finished that door. But as soon as you are through this one, and then you can dip back out. There we are. Hopefully this will in fact close and can be forbidden from that point forward. There we go. We are good. Right, you can go about your business, honestly. The links can't get in, and so we should, by and large, be safe. There are a couple of bits and bobs out here. Nothing that we really need to care about, if I'm honest. I could send someone down with a shotgun, try and kill them while they're around there. Is anyone really in a good enough mood to do that? Can I afford the manpower, frankly? Not really. No, I don't think we will. I don't think we will. Our haulers are largely spending all of their time moving up the corpses, the desiccated corpses from down here, which is good, honestly, because those have an incredibly bad mood. Malice, if they are observed, so that's fine for now. As for everyone else, they're sort of doing okay. In the process of building a new wooden bed, which I'm going to turn into a hospital. Everyone is struggling a little bit right now, which is a bit of an issue, but hopefully we'll be able to turn things around relatively soon. Now, have we got those switches in place? We do have the switches in place. Okay, very nice. I'm going to wait until we've got the actual embrasures built up around here before I install the guns, though. I think that would make a lot more sense. Right, no longer. Oh, thank God. Really, I kind of needed it on the ladies. I'm going to be honest, but okay. Well, that's fine. I will take it. All of the men in the colony are a little bit happier right now. Vanya is no longer picking out, or rather trying to grab all of the ambrosia forever, and so things are slowly getting a little bit better. Still got so much to move, though. Oh, my lord. Poor old Dewdrop. Innocent prisoner died. One of our prisoners died despite being harmless. We should be able to take better care of our prisoners. If we wanted them dead, we could have at least conducted an orderly execution, rather than permit that barbarism. It's true, perhaps the Shatterkin were influencing us a little bit too much. There was an imbalance in the colony. We are doing our best by Buag and Shonk. At least we are taking better care of their health needs at this point. That being said, they are almost out of the danger with blood loss. In terms of the current setup for their amputations, we'll probably wait until they are fully healed before we do any more operations and then release them. Or perhaps we should release them regardless. It does pose a threat. They may well come back and attack us, but maybe this is a way of making amends for the callous treatment of their compatriot. Yes, I think so. All right, we are going to go ahead and release you. You can leave. Buag is still having a mental break of psychotic wandering, but once they are a little bit more composed, we may well let them out as well. Ability ready for Manu, unnatural healing. Does anyone in the colony currently need any unnatural healing? I do wonder. Manu, can you repair scars completely? I would very much like to know. There's a strong possibility that is something you might be able to do. Let's have a look. I mean, we could try and help Eelstar. Currently, Eelstar is confined to the colony area because Eelstar is so slow to move. They are really struggling, but at the same time, it feels like maybe using Manu's ability here would be a mistake. Eelstar does have muscle parasites, though you are relatively close to being free of that particular ailment. You are still being affected by it, though. Pain, manipulation, moving. Yeah, Manu, can you use a natural healing on them? Let's have a quick watch. Let's see. Can you manipulate the threads of fate? The strings of reality which have affected Eelstar. And there we go. The scar is still there, but you have completely removed the muscle parasites, and that may Well, you're moving still 47%, unfortunately. That's affected by your consciousness. But look at that. You're moving so much better now. You are no longer burdened. Oh, my lord. It has been a while since we saw that. That was fantastic use of your abilities there, Manu. Very much appreciated. One problem that Eelstar was having is that because of the enormous weight, they were definitely struggling with just carrying their basic load, but this now seems far more tenable. Right, well, given that then, let's jump back through. Did I already put you back? I did already put you back. That's fantastic. As for everyone else, could I get you to rearm for both of you? Actually, let me just remove those. It looks like, yeah, for the time being, everyone's more or less in the right place. I am going to say you can go back to Colonist Safe then, Eelstar. Oh, that is a huge burden off us there. Thank you very much, Manu. That has already proved to be very, very useful. All right, how's the rest of the moving going on down here? We are getting the very last bit of gear that was left there moved up. We've got a couple more doors to position in certain locations. What I would very much like to do is encourage our enemies to have to wander up past the insect here and up through this little gap there. Now, I could relatively easily do that by blocking off this location so that they more or less have to take this route. I would like that. I would certainly like that. I would also very much like it if we weren't potentially exposed to the insects, but that might be a bit of a tougher sell. Let's at least do this so they've got a much longer route to take before they can get up through this location there. Solid Psychopath, what are you grabbing? You're grabbing the corpses from the insect caves. Okay, the haulers have been doing a fantastic job in that regard, I must say. And we've even got Big Al almost ready to go. Time to have this cycle mere seconds. That is fantastic. Will Periapsis be able to do it for us live on camera? Where are you, Periapsis? Oh no, you went to bed. Oh no, that's Eelstar. My bad. Periapsis, stop your research. Prioritize bringing Big Al back into the fold. There you go, Big Al. It has been far too long. We missed you. Let's get you into the correct group. Now, that being said, I did notice that I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while and I'm starting to get itchy about this. Things have been actually remarkably quiet for the last little while. The last couple of days have been relatively still, and considering the way that Cassandra has been treating the colony up to now, that is in and of itself quite suspicious. Maybe once we've finished clearing out all of the gubbins on the floor, or if Periapsis manages to finish research, whichever one happens first, then we are going to look at the potential of beginning Dark Study. I think it's that time. Also, we've got major break risks going everywhere, which is a bit of an issue. A ritual opportunity coming soon. Advent of violence. No, I don't think we're going to be doing that one. As it happens, please and thank you. What's up? Oh, you need treatment for the muscle parasites. That isn't going to be an issue. Right, Buag, let's get you released. Prisoner, release. Let's say goodbye to Buag. Has the other prisoner gotten off the map yet? I'm not actually sure if they made it off. Let's have a quick look. Did we get that at all? We might not have. Did they decide to go out through this way? Hopefully not. Hopefully that door being restricted will have prevented that, but you can never tell. They may have tried to wander out in that direction, which would have been rather awful if I must confess, but we'll see how things go. At the very least, Buag, oh, there we go. Buag is heading off, and you are deciding to go out in this direction. Marvelous. Okay, well, that's great. Hopefully, this is going to affect us positively. Let's have a quick gander. Are you going straight off the map to the north? Yes, you are. And pop. Oh, yeah, we've actually managed to pull that down a massive amount. Okay, we are 1/4 of the way to not being hostile with Mopwu. Nice. And our So is pregnant. So I'm never quite sure how to enunciate that word. But either way, Happy days. More bacon on the menu. I mean, in the future. The future bacon on the menu. Dewdrop. Dewdrop, please. I'm really not okay with this. Come on. We were doing so well. Okay, so Dewdrop's going to go around insulting everyone. I am very tempted to simply arrest you. Granite meteorite. Oh, no, that's very nice. We are definitely going to mine all of that. Granite is a rare commodity on this map. There we go. Thank you very much. Have we concluded the hunting? No, not yet. We're still bringing in a couple of carcasses, unfortunately. Dewdrop is about to murder everyone's mood, which really does suck quite horribly, but don't look at that, chat. No. Nothing happened there at all. Definitely wasn't a massive butcher. The problem is that we've got auto animal management, and we need it. We flat out need this management. We do not have enough nutrient growing here to be able to sustain large populations. But every now and then, a clutch of eggs hatch. And it is like a day of just listening to the chickens being put down, and it's unsettling, to say the very, very least. But all right, we've got hopefully going to start seeing some more cooking being done very, very soon. In fact, who is the scheduled cook? That would be Vanya Loswin. What are you doing? It's because Vanya's sleeping. Okay, that's fine. Well, hopefully we will see the chicks and the ibex taken care of. Dewdrop is still going around ruining everyone's mood. I will see what I can do. It would honestly be easier if Dewdrop just followed a single person, because now that we've got an Oath Druid, they would be able to mitigate a lot of that problem. But despite their efforts, Dewdrop is not actually tanking anyone's mood too aggressively. Let's have a quick look. Disturb sleep. No, that's fine. Sky high expectations. Okay. I should be made very comfortable here. Yeah, that's a rough one. Insulted 3 times. -14. But it will expire in 1.8 days. It does expire quickly, but it's so painful. Easily, you've been insulted twice, and it is about half as devastating to you as the fact your fiance died. Granted, that's going to last for 12 days. This will last for 2, but it still, goes to show just how silly that is, in my opinion. You want Oath Druid apparel? Do we not have Oath Druid apparel for Rizal? I was certain that we had made a cape. Let's have a look. We do have one. Why are you not wearing it, Rizal? Is it because it's so cold? It might be that you specifically don't want to due to that. Let me have a look through the policies, but I think I very much want to make sure that Rizal is wearing a cape and does so as a priority. Let me have a quick look. If we just type in cape here, you're not allowed. Okay. Well, if I were to allow capes, then hopefully... Well, I don't know if I should tell everyone to grab a cape. Instead, I think what we're going to do is I'm simply going to copy this policy, and we will name this one Oath Druid. There we go. And Oath Druid civilian clothes allows for capes. I'm not going to tell them to have that if I tell them to be armored, because with armor, many of the armor pieces go on the outer slot, and I would much prefer them prioritize wearing armor over a cape, as much as they are an Oath Druid. I think having a living Oath Druid is more important than having a well-dressed Oath Druid. You're free to disagree, and I'm sure that the Rizal will disagree, but still, I strongly feel that is the correct way to go. Right, okay, well, we've got more meat coming in, which is fantastic, but the work is not being done as quickly as I would like. Hopefully, things will speed up a little bit. Vanya Loswin has reached the age of 42. Unfortunately, they've gained an archery blockage. Yay, happy birthday. Oh, man. At 42, that is pretty rough there, Vanya. I am terribly sorry. All right. Well, a blockage in one of the critical arteries in the heart. Heart artery blockages randomly induce heart attacks. I wonder if Manu's ability could fix this. There is a small chance it might. Manu, you've got 2.6 days left on that. We will see what we can do, I guess. But that is particularly rough. Definitely not the best situation there. Not the best at all. Right, let's continue cleaning up this room. We're still getting the last little bits moved around. I'm going to leave that chair there. You can have 3 chairs around there. We still haven't managed to get all of the clothing out because we've simply run out of space. So it's now down to basically tearing up old clothing wherever we can. However, we are in the process of building some more Minotaurs. And you may notice we have a new one that has joined the squad. You should have the same setup over here. I believe you have. Let me just check. Your mag count 2s all the way down. How about you? Let's make sure that that's the case. There we are. Let's go ahead and pop that up. There we are. Perfect. Right, we need to find your true name, new Militor. Everyone, please welcome Dakota C55 to the colony, and thank you ever so much for your continued patron support. You shall be moved across forthwith into group 2, where you will then enjoy all of the rest of the benefits of the other Minotaurs, and that is that you pretty much spend most of your time asleep, dreaming of electric sheep, one might hope. Do we have that already set? 10%? Yeah, all of them more or less do. That's perfect then. Okay, well, go and equip, and well, actually first I guess get fully charged up. Group of travelers are passing nearby. Okay, well, you shouldn't have any trouble from the warg because it should be fully fed. It's got plenty of food there, so that shouldn't be a significant problem for you. A bit of a botched harvest there, but no worries there, Rizel. You're doing your best. And you're also enjoying the work, which is the more important part for us, in my opinion. Right, as for everything down here, I'm going to pop that on normal. I just want any kibble to be stored there just nearby to the butchers, just to increase efficiency. Also grabbed some berries since it was a good time for the harvest. Now, my big hope is that we're going to see a couple of things get used up here fairly soon. We're making some new slave bodywear. Well, I guess that is going to happen every now and then. Eel Star and Aquatami doing the work in here, which means that we are starting to run low on other jobs for them to do, which is actually very, very nice indeed. Let's have a quick look at the current state of affairs. We've got a lot of jobs in here. Most of these are forever jobs, so you're not really going to see too much going on in there. I've got the airwire headset, shotguns, combat rifles, marksman rifles, simple headset, EMP grenades are all done. We're working on the flak jackets, flak pants, armored vests. I am starting to think that it might be worthwhile giving, especially for some of the slower firing weapons. The shotguns don't really need this, but I'm thinking for our rifle users, especially once we get anyone with like a sniper rifle, I'm definitely thinking of switching over to something a little bit more punchy than the M1911. If I turn this to only craftable ranged weapons, and then we have a look for something in the sort of mid-range field, I'm probably going to go for the UMP 45. That seems like a solid option there. You've got the Mac 10, but I like the fact that the UMP has a little bit more range and a lot more accuracy. That's a huge one. That's actually over the M1911 as well. Periapsis can keep their masterwork M1911 because its sights are actually, I think, in fact, over 100% due to the extremely high quality of its make. Let's actually check this out. What is your... Actually, only 83%. Maybe it's time for Periapsis to also switch out from that. It's something that we can look at doing at a later time, though. I think that's not a huge priority, so I don't want to spend resources on that just yet. What I would really love to do, though, is see more construction done, and that's fantastic. Bubbles is getting to work on the embrasures there, so we can probably look at setting up our turret before too terribly long. Also, this is now allowed. If anyone would like to go through there, then you're more than welcome to. I would love that door to be set up as soon as possible. Rat being taken out by ferret, well done. And otherwise, things are going well. I am strongly considering taking out a squad and taking out this mega sloth, though. I would very much like the extra meat. So with that in mind, let's do exactly that. Let's grab Little Clip's Dewdrop. We will grab Rizal and Aquatami. They will head out once everyone is woken up and ready to go, which I believe they are. Let's draft them and let's head on down. I'm going to want... in fact, I think this entire group is shotgun equipped. Yes, they are. Let's get you down here. You should be able to make very short work of this Megasloth. Megasloth, though it may be, it is really not going to be much of a threat to our very, very well-equipped squad here. I will make sure that they're all equipped with the right ammo, though. Let's make sure that they are actually firing buckshot, I think. Let's go ahead with that. Get everyone to re-equip once you get into position. There we go. Is everyone using the correct amount? Yep. And Dewdrop. Yeah, you're actually going to take a little while. You know what, Dewdrop? Don't you worry. You head on back then. Right. As for you, can we finish them? You can't quite. Can we get you to finish them now? Nope. Okay. Let's get over here then. Hopefully, with Aquatami here, your ridiculously powerful weapon is going to be able to make very short work of them. Let's set that up, but we'll go into slow mode. There we go. Good hit. Very good hit. Wonderful. Okay, Hunt, Aquatami, you can finish that work. I will give everyone time to head back. But if you could prioritize hunting the Megasloth, then that would be fantastic for us. Right, there we go. Nice and easy. No storage space still for a couple of the tainted items, but we should be able to get them out of here relatively soon. I could, in fact, have my haulers haul all the way up here. What? It got up? Dear Lord. That's terrifying. Megasloths, everyone. Don't underestimate them, apparently. Still getting a couple of desiccated skeletons up there, but I think for the most part, we're actually okay now. Where are you headed right now? What are you hauling? You are heading into haul rice. Okay, nice. And it looks like Bubbles is about to finish with one of the embrasure nests for our turret. Glorious. And our turret is in place and, in fact, reloaded. Interestingly, you can click on the reload and this will... We just got the learning helper and I just read through it. Will give us a list of options. Full metal jacket seems like the best option right now since it's going to be the middle ground between hollow point and armor piercing, so more useful in a wider variety of situations. But we have disabled it. And now that... This is a hauling task, but I did notice the mech's taking care of that, which is going to be grand. I was a little bit worried that I was going to have to set up some colonists with very high hauling task priority in order to take care of that, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And we have just finished Neural Supercharger. Construct neural supercharger devices. Neural superchargers improve consciousness and learning rate. Oh, and learning rate, I forgot about that. But they also increase hunger, and the effect must be refreshed daily. Transhumanists often hold neural supercharging as an important practice. Very well. Right, now then, our order of new research priorities is now going to immediately be deep drilling. So let's go ahead and find deep drilling specifically. I guess we're not going to... Oh, there we are. Deep drilling. And then we're going to need ground penetrating scanner after that. Now, this one only needs the high-tech research bench. This one only needs it. We don't need the multi-analyzer for this one. Right, let's get on with this. It's still going to take about 2/3 as long as it took to research neural supercharge. But, as promised, it's time to investigate. Click who should do this. Periapsis it's time for you to go and have a quick look at this monolith that we've basically included into the main part of our colony. It's as much a part of our colony as anything else, and for the most part, people have largely given it a wide berth, but it is time for us to delve a little bit deeper. It's time for you to discover what this is. What an interesting time for an autosave. The monolith's dark metallic surface is warm to the touch, and Periapsis thinks he can hear a faint hum emanating from inside. The lines on its dusty surface seem to squirm in unsettling patterns. Periapsis focuses on the shapes, trying to uncover their meaning. Let's just hope they're not spirals. We've all read Junji Ito's Uzumaki, I'm sure. It doesn't end well. The hum strengthens, the shapes begin to flow in Periapsis' vision, but the surface isn't changing. Power begins to uncoil in the empty space all around. A black shape is forming in his mind. The anomaly is stirring. Keep focusing on the anomaly, Periapsis. Now, I believe if you don't keep focusing, it will unfurl itself. With time, it'll just take a lot longer. And there we go. Right. Need anomaly project. You have an entity marked for study, but don't have any matching anomaly research project selected. Need a basic anomaly research type. Open the research menu. Periapsis has brought the monolith to life fully. Okay, Grey Paul. As the monoliths twisted and changed, Periapsis was overcome with a horrifying vision. In an instant, he understood. The monolith is a doorway, just barely cracked open now. Something dark beyond imagining stirs on the other side, seeping into our reality. Terrified, but excited, typical scientist, Periapsis is convinced he can learn more if given the time to study the monolith. Building category unlocked, anomaly, research tab unlocked, anomaly, entity codex unlocked. You can now study the monolith and other entities to gain anomaly research. Okay. Right, well, let's go ahead and check out the entity codex. We currently have only the void monolith, the monolith of unknown age, purpose and construction. Its smooth surface is etched with lines that twist and writhe in unsettling patterns. There are many that we could face in this run. There's no guarantee that we will face them all, though we can try to encourage that. But currently we've got a Grey Paul. A blanket of gritty fog has descended on this area. The fog smells ancient somehow, and it stings the skin. The unnatural greyness of it invokes a sense of dread. Okay, well, we have woken up the anomaly proper. Time for us to select some things to check out. Now, everything on this side is basic anomaly research. Everything on this side is advanced anomaly research. We can both be doing regular research and anomaly research, and we can both be doing basic and advanced research at the same time. This depends on what we're studying. So work at the research bench studies this. Studying an anomaly or an anomalous artifact, such as the monolith or perhaps any of the other entities, will give us anomaly research. And depending on the category of the anomaly that we're studying, it'll dictate which type of research we get. Now, the first thing we are going to want to research, we've got Void Provocation, which will give us a Psychic Ritual spot, and the Void Provocation Ritual. This will invoke an anomaly. It's one of the ways that you can try and force new anomalous events to happen, so you can see more of them. Bioferrite Extraction, which will give us access to the Ceremonial Hood, the Nerve Spiker, and the Ritual Mask. And finally, Entity Containment. This will give us the Electric Inhibitor, the Holding Platform, and the Shard Inhibitor. Will require electricity. We've already got that. I think we're going to go ahead and research this one first. Build holding platforms and inhibitors to better contain entities. Probably wise, in my opinion. We'll begin research on that. Now, if we have a look in the anomaly tree, we currently have a holding spot. It's the only type of holding area that we have access to currently. But as you can see, the gritty grey fog is beginning to descend on the colony. Hopefully we're not going to need to be spending too much time outside. We will see about that one though. I've no idea how this would interact with, for example, insects. So there's many things that are now possible to happen in the game. Do we want to take out the yaks? We probably do. Yes, I would like to set them up for hunting. But I think with that, this is the perfect place for us to wrap up today's episode. It has taken us a while to get here, but we have done a couple of important things, dealt with a couple of important things, still dealing with it in some cases, still cleaning up after that horrible mess. We have expanded our defenses somewhat and which includes adding a turret. Now that's a big upgrade for us. Look at the range of this thing. It is absolutely enormous. Having 2 of them to attack any would-be attackers as they approach our battlements would be grand. I very much want to wall this area in now. That's become a much higher priority now that we've activated the anomaly. But we've also dug out a little space which I'm going to turn into a break and emergency triage location for any defenders on the wall. We will do exactly the same down here in time, but before then I would very much like to get the defensive structures over here just set up so that we can guide our enemies through a more meandering path, giving us more time to deal with anyone who is attacking from this direction, specifically giving us more time to rally the troops, get down here and meet the attackers. And because of the way that we've got a couple of doors dotted here and there, we will likely have a much easier time of moving around in this area. I might want to build a little wall there so we can have access to this steel without having to deal with any potential insects. It's been a while since we've had a cocoon deployment. Hopefully we haven't seen the last of them. We will have to see though. But again, that is going to be it from me. So as always, I do hope you enjoyed. And if you enjoyed what you saw and you would like to see more, then do consider letting St. Algorithmus know with those lovely buttons down below. But that is going to be it from me, from Periapsis and all the colonists of Marble Hearth. And of course, our mechs, including our newest. But until next time, do take care, everyone.